Hello. It's been a while. Um, Today is May 20th, which is, I believe it's been almost a month since I last uploaded. Is that true? It's been like 2 weeks, I think. Or maybe three. It doesn't matter. But I'm finally back. So much has happened. Um, I guess I owe an update about the prize that I kept talking about. It didn't go anywhere. It was pretty unlucky. I don't know. It's okay though. It really was like such a source of dread that just having it, having my answer is a blessing. I don't know. I felt bad. A lot of people were rooting for me. A lot of people were surprised. Uh it was like a lot of my like classmates and friends were nominated and I wasn't. It kind of doesn't matter because I was never going to win. The person that won is like actually a prodigy, but it was a little sad that I wasn't nominated. But it also just is what it is. And it was a really strong competition this year. People were saying like my cohort was kind of, a crazy one in a good way. So it's okay. Oh my gosh. Naturally, the same minute I start recording, they start doing construction outside my house. Whatever. I hope you can't hear it. Uh, but chances to record have been rare lately because A, things never end. I've been so busy. And B, my brother moved home, so there's like another person in the house that I like to have gone if I'm gonna record. But it's been a really stressful week, not because of the prize. Like, they announced the nominees last week for that, and like I was kind of sad the day of, but honestly got over it pretty quickly because it's like nothing I can do. And a lot of good things have been happening to me as well. Honestly, like better than the prize. I've had two interviews in the last week after months of nothing. It's actually so crazy. Um I don't know. I just got so lucky. And unlucky in a way because um it's been so stressful. It's like a whole thing. I actually interviewed at a library um about an hour and a half away from my house, and I forgot to play. I interviewed at a library an hour and a half away from my parents' house where I'm currently living, and it went really well and I actually got the job. It's so big. It's a full-time job, and like I don't know, but um like by all means I should be celebrating. The problem is it barely pays over minimum wage and it's full time and it's an hour and a half from my house. So it's like I finally get success, but it almost doesn't do me any good. Like I don't know if I can accept it. I'm looking like frantically for housing. And the reason I applied um was because I have relatives that live around there, um about 20 minutes from the library where I got the job. I've talked to them about it, about potentially living with them temporarily, and they're super open to it. They're really nice, sort of. They're really generous. It's so weird. They have like they live in like this huge house. It's actually just like a mansion. And obviously living in a mansion would be so cool, but it's also awful because they're kind of assholes. I don't know. A rich asshole uncle. Classic. Like, I don't know. I lived with them before, and it's so weird because it's like, it's very deluxe. It's like, oh, I don't have to like make sure I'm carefully timing my shower to get hot water. They just like always have hot water. And like, I don't know, the room temperature would be nice, and the bed is like really big. I don't know. And it was nice in a lot of like really easy ways that were really easy to point to, but then it was so awful. Like, I felt crazy when I was living there. I felt like a zoo animal or something. They would always have like, it's hard to explain, but they would have like dinner parties and stuff, and I don't know, it's like I just had to like put on like I had to be like I just had to act a certain way living there, and it was like I was never off the clock. It's hard to explain. I had to just like I didn't have to pay them money to be there, but it felt like I had to earn my keep by just like being, paraded around as their like ward when their rich friends were there, and it all just felt so weird. And they like I had my graduation ceremony recently, um and my aunt, like, I don't know, was just like taking credit, and it was very weird. And I don't know, it made my mom mad. And they like they're so wealthy, they like help out my family sometimes, but then they like hold it over my parents' head and in my head. And I just was like, I don't know if I can live with them. I don't It's so weird because it solves all my problems just to live with them, but I don't know if I can hold my temper. I forgot to play again. Sorry. They just make me so mad. Things that they say, they're just so out of touch. But it's like, oh, it's like housing being served, really nice housing being served to me on a silver platter. I'm such an idiot not to take it up. But when I lived there before, I don't know, they're just entitled to everything because it is their house. Like, I say entitled in the most neutral form of the word, like, they literally are entitled to it. But, like, I didn't really have any privacy or anything. And if I tried to, like, I don't know, they would, like, come into the room where I was staying. It didn't matter if I was there or if I was sleeping, and like, they would just, like, kind of want to see. I don't even know, it's so interesting. And like, I couldn't say anything because they were paying for me, like, they were letting me live there for free. But it was so awful. Like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. And my parents were like, I don't know. They were kind of also like, if you can't stomach their like handouts and then how they treat you, then don't accept things from them. And they're right. It just feels irresponsible not to accept things from them when like it would save me so much money, and it doesn't even matter to them. They have like so many rooms in that house. They don't have to notice I'm there, but they do. They like to, I guess. I don't know. It's really hard to articulate like why living with them when I did was just so hard to deal with, but it really was. And it's so like, it feels so weird, like it's so privileged, I feel like, to be like, I lived in a mansion and I hated it. Cause I don't know, my family's like, I don't know, I won't like get into like all the financial details of my family, but I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. I guess like anyone kind of is like, it's hard. It's accepting handouts from family sometimes comes at a price that is really awkward and worse than awkward. I don't know. But hello. Uh, the problem is I don't know if I can afford to live near the library where I got a job if I don't live with my relatives that I don't really like. And I don't know, it's kind of worse than not liking them. I don't really think that, I mean, I guess it's kind of dramatic, but I don't really think they're good people. They I don't know. I won't I'm not, yeah, I don't know. I'll stop there, but it's just making me insane because I finally got a job, but I can't make it. I don't know if I can make it work financially because it just pays so it doesn't pay enough to live. Like, I don't need to be rich. I just literally need to pay rent. It makes I was calculating like how much left I would have after taxes, and I was like, okay, well, maybe I can cut out gas if I find somewhere to live really close to where I'm going to be working. But that doesn't work because they actually need me to split my time between 3 different libraries in the county. So I would need to be spending money on gas and car upkeep and car insurance and stuff. And then also that doesn't even count like groceries and paying for internet and paying for water and utilities. And it's so frustrating. It's like I don't think it's possible for me to live on the paycheck they're offering, but it's a full-time job. I don't understand how they could ever possibly fill it. But I'm sorry about the construction. I really hope you can't hear it. But I don't know. It's kind of been a wake-up call, like, is this how it's gonna be if I'm trying to work in a library? Maybe. And am I really so attached to it that I'm willing to live in either live as like a ward of my aunt and uncle who will like treat me like a freak, or in poverty? I don't know. It's not worth it. But like, how do they get workers? I guess you have to have a spouse who has a good job or something. Or I guess if my parents lived around there, I could take the job. It makes me so upset. I don't know. And yeah, not to be political, but I bet they'd pay me more if they had the funding. It's literally such a small library. I would be full-time employee number 6 for the whole county. I don't know. It just sucks. But I haven't declined the job offer yet because I'm still just trying to make it work. But I don't know. I'm thinking maybe I could get another part-time job or DoorDash on the side or something. But I don't know. But what really complicates it... Oh, hello. is I got another interview. And it pays... for a job that pays well. A job I could easily make work. Which is such big news. I'm so excited. But I don't hear back about whether I got that job. until after I'll probably have to confirm or decline the library job. And I've kind of come to the decision that, like, I need to decline the job at the library so that I can keep going and hoping for this other job that pays well. The job that pays well, though, I mean, it pays well for a recent graduate. That job is at the college that I used to go to. And it's also full-time, and it's an academic advisor job. So it'd be giving up on the library, and that's okay. I've been trying for months to make public library job work, and I don't know. I'm not really. I'd rather be able to live than, have the career that I want, and I'd rather just do something, whatever I can. And academic advising seems kind of interesting. It's always like a joke that, like, what is that thing? It's like going to an academic advisor for genuine help is like going to a stripper to feel loved. I'm gonna break that stereotype if I get the job. I'm gonna be so freaking good. So I'm really, I don't know. I was kind of just being really for real with the job recruiter too for that. I was like, I have this other job offer already, but like I would be willing to decline it if you think I have a good shot at this job. And they said I'm in the top 2 candidates probably, which is so nerve-wracking, especially because, like, I can't be taking anything for granted, especially having just, like, been passed up for this prize that my prospects were, like, supposed to be good for. But, like, that was, like, the result of, creative block and stuff. This, like, I can just double down and do real well on. It's mostly, like, creative stuff that I go crazy procrastinating on. I don't know. I'm just, like, what would I rather? Would I rather, like, do something I believe in? Or would I rather have, like, a nice little 1-bedroom apartment where I can, like, just live comfortably? The answer is that I'd rather just be able to live. I don't know. Sorry, I'm not even playing the game right now. I don't know. It's so frustrating. But I'm really... I'm so worried that I'm going to go from having 2 job opportunities all of a sudden to having none by passing up this library job and then not getting the academic advising job. But whatever, I'll keep trying if that happens. I'm hopeful. And I'm trying to make it work so that I emailed the library and asked to please have more time to think about their job offer. And I told them, like, I'm looking for somewhere to live, which is true. I would like to work at the library. And if I can miraculously find somewhere with really cheap rent, maybe I still can. And I've been, like, looking all around. Like, I've been looking at a Facebook Marketplace. And I don't know, I found some places that are, like, kind of sketchy, but it's like, I don't know. It would just be for as long as it takes me to find a roommate. And I was like, I don't know, maybe I could live with my relatives for, like, a couple months until I find a roommate. Or a couple weeks, but then what's scary is, like, if I don't find one, I don't know, I also am just so sick of being indebted to them. I wish they were normal, but I guess you can't be insanely rich and also be normal. People like that just don't exist. Maybe they do, I don't know. I shouldn't say that. I should not say that. I don't know. It's good though. Like, this is a good problem to have. After months of no luck in the job market, 2 interviews, and 1 job offer, and one saying I'm in the top 2 candidates. That's crazy. And like, this is kind of okay. I applied for this job far away, because I thought I could live with my aunt and uncle, but like, there's like, I don't know. It's kind of stupid. It's like family drama, though, I guess. And now it's a bit iffier of whether I should live with them. And they're also just getting old, and they've just, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but now it's like, okay, I feel more confident to look for an apartment or something, so I can start applying to jobs more far and wide. Because I've mostly just been applying to everything within, an hour of my parents' house. But I need to, like, get my ass in gear and move out now. And it helps that I had my graduation ceremony last weekend. I shook, like, the dean of students and the college president's hand, and I'm not, as much in limbo anymore. I don't know. I'm thinking, like, if I can get a job in a city or something and live in the suburbs. Sometimes they have kind of cheap rent. It depends, though. Or, like, find a roommate, or I don't know. I'm happy. I'm actually, like, I talked about this prize probably 4 videos or something. I talked about it in a lot of videos, and I'm actually just so relieved that it's over. I don't even really, like, I'm surprisingly not broken up over the fact that I wasn't nominated. I just am kind of like, it wasn't what they were looking for. That's okay. It's also, yeah, I don't know. It's also just like the people that were nominated worked so hard. So did I, but not like them. Okay. I've been recording for a while. I'm probably gonna call it a day. I feel like there's more I wanted to talk about, but the job stuff today. So today I emailed the person in charge of hiring for the academic advisor job. That's the job that pays well. And I said, like, I don't know, I just kind of explained the whole situation to her really honestly, because she seems so nice. And she was like, I don't know, she was really nice about it. And she said, like, we have to do another round of interviews, so it's kind of out of my hands, but I think that, from my estimate, you're in, like, the top 2 candidates. Like, she didn't want to guarantee anything, but she had high hopes about my my odds. And I actually do know the job really well because I was a tutor at the school, and it's kind of within the same department, so I think I'm a good candidate, and I feel like somewhat confident I could get the job, but if I don't, it's just gonna be so bad. It's gonna suck, but life goes on. I don't know. I forget what I was even saying. Oh yeah, I was emailing her today, and then I was emailing one of my old supervisors for advice, and then I emailed the library asking for an extension until next week, because I'm supposed to give them my answer by. I'm supposed to give them my answer tomorrow, but I won't know if I have the job at the academic advising department until next week at the earliest. So it's just been emails and emails, and kind of I don't know if I'm afraid they're gonna rescind, take back the job offer as a result of me asking for more time, because I'm sure they need someone, and there's probably more people that have applied that would be willing to, start working right away. I don't know, but also it's like, what do I really have to lose? I'm not even sure I would be able to make that job work anyway. Pay just isn't good enough. And like I said, I don't need to be, I don't need to, like, a ton of, I don't need to be rich. I just actually, like, wouldn't be able to pay rent. It sucks. I don't know. I looked everywhere too for, like, even just like a room in someone's house. And it's like, maybe I could make that work, but I'm not sure I could for a long time. And the whole point of that job would be to be in the job long enough that they end up paying for me to go back to school. But like, you have to be at the job for like years for to make that work, which means I'd be getting paid like barely above minimum wage potentially for years. And it's like, I don't think I'm greedy, but I just wouldn't be able to live. I don't know. Thanks for listening.